Hello students, welcome to the classes on cost management. In this video we are going to work out a problem on material cost variances. I am going to cover the three material variances, that is material cost variance, price variance and usage variance. Let's get into the question. From the following particulars, compute material cost variance, material price variance and material usage variance. And what are all the things they have given, what are all the data they have given for us in the question? Let us see. Quantity of materials purchased. Very careful. This is not the quantity of materials used. Instead, this is the quantity of the materials purchased. So, quantity of materials purchased should be 3000 units, and the next item, value of materials purchased, rupees 3000. So, they have given both the quantity of materials purchased as well as the value of materials purchased. So, by using these two datas, you can find out the actual price per unit of material. Actual price per unit of materials can be calculated by dividing the value of materials purchased by quantity of materials purchased. That should be 9000 divided by 3000, you will get rupees 3 per unit. That we will do in the solution part. Proceed to see what are all the other things that are given in the question for us. Standard quantity of material required per ton of output is equals to 30 units. They are telling about the standard quantity of material. Standard quantity of material required to manufacture 1 ton, as they are using the word per ton. That means to manufacture 1 ton of output, they are using 30 units. It can be kgs, tons or whatever it is, they are just mentioning units, so we shall go with the units itself. So, what is the standard quantity of material required per ton? To manufacture 1 ton of output, the standard materials prescribed is 30 units. And the standard rate of material per unit is also given, that is rupees 2.50. Standard rate is given. Standard quantity is given, but standard quantity is given for 1 ton of output. Then they have mentioned opening stock of materials is nil, there is no opening stock of materials, and closing stock of materials is there 500 units. There is a closing stock of materials 500 units. Output during the period is 80 tons. This 80 tons is the actual output produced during this particular period. So, standard quantity of materials mentioned for 1 ton, but actual output is 80 tons. So, we have to calculate the standard quantity of materials required to manufacture 80 tons. It's very simple. For manufacturing 1 ton, if it is 30 units means, so 30 units per 1 ton into number of tons is 80 tons, that comes to 2400 tons. This 2400 units will be the actual quantity. I'm sorry, not actual quantity, that should be the standard quantity required. That should be the standard quantity required. Once again, standard material required per ton of output is given 30 units, and the actual output manufactured during that period is 80 tons. Therefore, if they need 30 units for manufacturing 1 ton, they should be obviously needing 2400 tons to manufacture the actual output of 80 tons. So, that 2400 we are arriving at by multiplying the 30 units per ton into number of tons, that is 80 tons. So, we got the standard quantity and we have standard rate per material, that is 2.50, and actual rate is also there, that is actual price, because they have given the value of material purchased and quantity of material purchased. If you divide that 9000 by 3000, 9000 value of materials purchased divided by 3000 units. So per unit should be 3 rupees. So you have actual price 3 rupees per unit, standard price 2.50 per unit, standard quantity you have 2400, but we don't have actual quantity. They have given quantity of materials purchased but not the actual quantity of materials used. So to compute the actual quantity of materials used, since they have given purchases and closing stock, we should use the regular method of computing in a cost sheet, like opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock should be the materials consumed or actual quantity of materials used. So to calculate the actual quantity of materials used, we have to add purchases to the opening stock of materials and we should subtract closing stock of materials from the total. First begin with the opening stock, add purchases, subtract closing stock. The resulting figure should be the amount of materials used. Let's do that here. Now, actual quantity of materials purchased 3000 units, value of materials purchased 9000. So as I said you, actual price per unit is calculated by dividing 9000 rupees by 3000 units. That means actual price you got rupees 3. Then standard price is given in the question itself 2.50, that is standard price or standard rate. Then standard quantity we just now calculated, that is if they are using 30 units to manufacture 1 ton, for 80 units that should be 30 into 80, 2400. This should be standard quantity. And for the calculation of actual quantity, you should be taking opening stock, but we don't have any opening stock in the problem. For that opening stock you have to add purchases. 3000 units has been purchased, so 0 plus 3000 minus closing stock of materials is given in the question, that is 500 tons. Therefore 3000 minus 500, that should be 2500 units should be the actual quantity. Now, as of now we have derived actual quantity, actual price, standard quantity, standard price. When these 4 items are available, you can proceed to use the equations and calculate the material variances. Let us proceed with material cost variance first. Material cost variance is equals to standard cost minus actual cost. Standard cost is nothing but standard quantity into standard price. In the same manner, actual cost you can expand in the actual quantity into actual price. Now the standard quantity just now we have calculated, that should be 2400 tons. So 2400 tons into standard price 2.5 minus actual quantity 2500 into actual price 3 rupees. So if you solve, you should be getting 1500, that is minus 1500. When you are getting a negative figure, that should be taken as adverse variance. You should be taking as adverse variance, right? So you got, how did you get that minus 1500, right? Here the standard quantity into standard price, that is 2400 into 2.5, you should be getting 6000 rupees minus 2500 into 3, that should be 7500. So 6000 minus 7500, the answer should be minus 1500. So material cost variance is minus 1500, unfavorable, that is adverse. Proceed to the material price variance. The formula you have standard price minus actual price into actual quantity. Standard price is 2.5, actual price is 3. So 2.5 minus 3 into actual quantity 2500. So when you subtract 2.5 minus 3, that should be minus 0.5. minus 0.5 into 2500, that should be minus 1250. Again it is unfavorable, negative figure, you should be taking it as adverse variance. And the material usage variance, the formula you have standard quantity minus actual quantity into standard price. Standard quantity is 2400 units minus actual quantity 2500 units into standard price is 2.5. So 2400 minus 2500, that should be minus 100. Minus 100 into 2.5, you will get minus 250. Again it is minus figure, there is a adverse variance here also. So we just now calculated material cost, price and usage variances. Let us see whether the answers are perfect or not by just doing a simple verification. The verification step is material cost variance is equals to material price variance plus usage variance. Cost variance we got minus 1500 is equals to price variance minus 1250 plus usage variance 250. So plus into minus, that will also become minus. Therefore minus y of 1500 is equals to, if you add both the negative figures this side, minus 1250 minus 250, that will be minus 1500. So on both the sides you are getting minus 1500, means LHS is equals to RHS, that is left hand side is equal to right hand side, that means the equation is verified.